Hi, my name is Kareem Jones, and you are watching Pepe La View. And of course, as you know, we have talked about En Vogue, Born to Sing. We have talked about the En Vogue Funky Divas record. And we've talked about En Vogue, the EV3, and everything that has been going on in the En Vogue camp, right? And now we're at the part where it looks like it's just about to be En Vogue in the wind, right? Meaning that what is going to happen to our wonderful group that we love, my girl group of all time. What is happening? I ended the last video saying that when En Vogue released the EV3 record that we pretty much was not paying any attention to En Vogue sound. En Vogue sound just as great as they did when they had Dawn in the group. So I don't think we missed En Vogue vocally from a fan perspective. I think we missed Dawn because of her being there. But get this, it doesn't mean that Dawn didn't bring anything to the group. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because of course, when Dawn left, En Vogue, of course she went over and did some things with Dr. Dre. I think it was called The Firm Biz. That was awesome. She did some things with Lucy Pearl, which was great. Of course, we all know about Dance Tonight and that record. I love it. I love it. I love it. One of my favorite songs on the Lucy Pearl record is a song called Good Love. Dawn is super talented. I really and truly do believe Dawn has the ability to be a superstar. And it's all about, you know, what Dawn, sometimes you might have to make some compromises. And Dawn, because she has done so much and made so much for a lot of people, she's probably at the place in her life where she was like, no, I'm not compromising anymore. To me, it really is about making the money, pay me, pay me, pay me. And I believe that she has every right to insist on being paid, because she is beautiful and she is talented, and we should not be mad at Dawn for sticking to her guns. Which brings up the point about Maxine. I don't know, because Maxine has not said a lot, even when she was suing En Vogue, Terry and Cindy for the use of the En Vogue name. She really didn't go into much details. Yes, she said a couple of things, you know, probably out of anger and so on and so forth. She did bring up a lot of things that were going on in the group. And it sounded like to me, and these are allegedly, because I know I read some of this stuff, but even though I read it, I can't confirm or deny it. You know what it's like to, if you don't know what it's like to be quoted in magazines, sometimes people can make it sound like something that it really isn't. But Maxine has said that, this is what Maxine has said. She said that probably during the time when, well, it could have been after the Funky Divas record, and in the midst of all of this back and forth, when they were probably breaking up or trying to figure out what they were doing. She did say that one of the producers told her, Terry is in our back pocket. Dawn is all over the place. Cindy doesn't have a clue. And Max, you are replaceable. Wow. And that's why I root so hard for Maxine. I root so hard for Maxine because I still don't understand why you would allow someone to be in a group and you felt like that they were not as talented as the other group. Obviously, that person had to have brought something to the group to make the group a success. I don't care what it is, okay? She did. And she has proven herself in that in Vogue. She has went from being way distant fourth member of the group and didn't say too much of anything. In interviews, she didn't say, even when she came out with the Funky Divas and she was singing My Love You're Never Gonna Get It, as well as Give It Up, Turn It Loose. Give It Up, Turn It Loose. She proved herself. And so let's talk about Maxine for a second. Now, Maxine, to me, when they came out, it seemed like You know, I've talked in the beginning about who was lead and maybe who was the second lead, the third lead, and the fourth lead. It seemed like to me that Dawn, Terry, and Cindy were always together and whole within their look, within their image. They were pretty much consistent. So it's kind of like Terry, Cindy, and Dawn are right here. And Maxine is kind of like, she just seemed to always have a look about her. I'm talking about her style, not her actual physical look, but her style, the way they styled her. Seemed like it was always in, you know, right field, or it was always in left field. It was total opposite of all the other ladies. So it took me a while to get kind of used to Maxine with her image. And that's the same thing with Rhona being in the group. With Rhona, I think Rhona pretty much has picked up where Maxine left off. That's my opinion. I don't think, you know, her look, it's Terry and Cindy are right here, and Rhona looks like she goes over that way and back down and this way. And it took me a while to get adjusted to seeing Rhona in the group. I love Rhona, beautiful, beautiful woman out. And I know everybody's talking about, it sounds like you dissed her. Now you're saying you're beautiful. No, I'm talking about the look, the way she's styled in the group. The lady has legs on her. Yes, she does. And so it seemed like it just never, sometimes she's kind of doesn't gel with them, but then when it's like when she gels with them, it's like Rhona makes the other ladies look, you know, like, you know, look at me, cause y'all don't look too put together, right? I mean, really, sorry. But Rhona, you know, when she looks like she's in sync with the ladies with the look, it looks like she has, her overall look is better than the other ladies. Now, that would be me speculating. I don't think they're styling her like that on purpose, or I don't think they style Maxine like that on purpose. But anyway, so Maxine proves herself. And so to me, it only seemed logical, even with the EV3 record, that Max would be brought back into the forefront. It seemed like to me that with the Born to Sing record, Terry and Cindy are featured heavily on it. Funky Divas, Dawn and Max are featured heavy. Everybody now are on Grammy nominated singles, whether if you want them or not. So with this next record, let's make it a cohesive unit. Like, let's do all these ladies and let's really put these ladies out into the forefront. Now, depend on who you talk to and who you ask, or who's talking. Whoever produced the, I think it was Organized Noise. Organized Noise, I believe, produced the Don't Let Go Love single. And they were producing singles on the EV3 record. Depending on who you talk to, depending on who's talking, they wrote songs with Dawn in mind. So maybe at this moment in time, Dawn is going to be the one out in the forefront in the group this time around because of the success of Don't Let Go Love. Now, of course, she's been quoted as, well, you can watch other videos, and she's pretty much saying that the ladies are kicking her out of the group as she's recording the Don't Let Go Love single. Now, even if that is the case, even if they have to go in and take Dawn's vocals off of, lead vocals off some of the singles. Now, here's the thing. She may mention that Babyface told her he kept some of her vocals on whatever. Well, we of course know on the song Damn I Want to Be Your Lover on EV3 that Dawn's vocals are on that song on the CD I purchased. Her vocals are pretty much there, and I think you can hear her sing Anything You Need, Come Get It From Me on the Damn I Want to Be Your Lover single on that record. But anyway, I just don't understand why Maxine was not put in the forefront and still now standing, holding her own with the other ladies. It was like, all right, there's Max. You know, that's the way it looked from a fan perspective. So there you have it. There you have it. And then they release not EV3, Masterpiece Theater. As I mentioned before, they should have I don't know. I just didn't care too much for whatever. I didn't. No, I think it's whatever, not whatever. I think it's whatever. I didn't care too much for that song. Then they come out with Riddle for the Masterpiece Theater record. I didn't like that single at all, and I'll tell you why. Riddle and Whatever sounded like they was trying to copy My Lovin'. And I recall in the Whatever song, when I heard them go singing the background vocals in that song, I said, okay, I know it's Babyface, but he could have been a little more original than trying to do what Tommy and Denny are known for doing with these ladies. Stop it. Then when Tommy and Denny came in with Riddle, I was like, okay, Tommy and Denny, you guys are not being original, because now look like y'all done put in this My Lovin', You're Never Gonna Get It track. It just seemed like it was kind of lazy. Did it look like it probably made sense some 7 or 8 years later? Maybe. But I was like, nope. For me, I think the single that could have really done well for them on the Masterpiece Theater record was Love You Crazy. I think it was Love You Crazy. I think they should have released Love You Crazy, in my opinion. But then Maxine ends up leaving the group. Maxine is gone. She leaves the group. And the ladies of En Vogue are now like, what are we going to do? And I must applaud Terry and Cindy at this time, because it seemed like they really weathered the storm. I saw them do some things together just as a duo. I also saw we saw when Amanda Cole came into the group. To me, Amanda just looked like she wasn't happy. I was seeing Amanda in some interviews, and I go, this lady is like, I'm not happy in this group. That's the way she came out to me. I know a lot of people have said, and I made a comment in the En Vogue craze, and I had some people say some things in response to my comment about Amanda saying that, well, when Amanda first left the group, I do recall Amanda saying in an interview, in an article, that it was just kind of tough for her being in an established group already, who already kind of knew what they wanted and where they were wanting to go. So it sounded like to me what she was pretty much saying in a nutshell, I don't have any say-so in the group, right? You know, and I think that is a good place to probably start talking about why I feel like En Vogue is not going to get back together, and why we should give it up, turn it loose. And I don't know what time I am on this video. I have not been keeping track of the time. So it could be a 15-minute video, this one, or a 20-minute video. It could be a 5-minute video. But for me to get back in sync with the time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right here, because I think I'm in a good place to stop so I can keep up with the time. And again, thank you for tuning in to Pepe La View. Be right back.